Question everything, trust nothing. It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader. Yeah, that's what we'll do. When I announce the intro now, you can just be peace, love, happiness. I'm here. Hi guys. We love you guys, crypto fam. We're glad that you're here on a Friday. It's disgusting. I always talk about what the weather's like. You know, you never know with Ohio, but it is absolutely disgusting, dude. Está lloviendo. It is literally raining like crazy here. What's going on down in the MIA, son?
It's raining in my bathroom. My bathroom was a huge mess today. I literally had to deal with that all morning. But I think it's under control now. So here I am.
It's not raining toilet water, is it?
Where else is the water going to be coming from?
I mean, it could be the sink. It could be all sorts of different places. I don't know.
No.
None of it's good. None of it's good when it's in the plumbing department in the house. Well, hopefully you get that taken care of. That sounds like it could be a real crappy time. There's the dad joke for the day. All right, so crypto fam, smash the likes. So simple to do, yet so many people sometimes just don't do it. So we're just asking, hey, X out the live chat. Make sure to turn on the bell notification. That's been something we've been reminding you of lately. We've been hearing whispers that maybe some people aren't getting alerts. So just make sure that that bell notification is on. Danger Close Alpha is giving away some vests every 100 mints. So what are we right now? 54?
That's right. We're 45 minutes away.
45 minutes away from giving away a vest. Super excited about that. What else am I missing, Crusader? We got some sort of a big tell the people about the Twitter space that we have going on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday, 11 p.m. in AM. We're going to be having a Twitter space. We're going to be on the OG
AM.
I did, right?
No, you just said 11 p.m. at first. I said no, AM. AM. Please tell me it's not 11 p.m.
Yeah, AM. We're gonna be on the OG Ape space, so it's gonna be pretty cool out there. And with every vest that we give away, we get closer and closer to the 5 ETH competition. So you're not just getting opportunities at getting some awesome gear. You're also getting an opportunity to win 5 ETH. So make sure you guys participate in that. DangerCloseAlpha.com.
Yeah, you can't beat that. That's for sure. 5 ETH, and you just put 0.01 up. I like it. Tommy Gunn in the house. Good afternoon. John Connor, as always. Good to see you from, I think, way over in Ireland. Are you all drinking at this point?
Says he was very alerted today, meaning he hit that bell notification and it works.
That's right. So since John says it's working, it must be working. Take his word for it. Sack Nasty must be trading. Sack Nasty likes to talk about trading. So we haven't dove into it too far, but every time I see Sack Nasty jump into the conversation, it's always about trading. So this man is a savage on the charts. Hopefully he's doing well. He said catching knives. That is something that if you're not familiar with, you don't want to do. Catching a falling knife. Never a good idea. You get cut.
We talked about it yesterday on the stream. We talked about Bitcoin going down. And what happened today? It went down. Got to stay alerted. Got to pay attention to those TA Thursdays.
That's right. Pay attention to TA Thursdays. Pay attention to your boy Crusader. He called it. So here we are, and it's falling. Let's take a look at the rest of the market. Let's see what's going on. We'll check the top gainers, the top losers as well. The global crypto market cap's at 1.02, creeping down on that $1 trillion mark, 1.02 trillion with the T dollars. That's down 4.3%. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a big move. We're going to talk about why here in just a little bit. Bitcoin creeping down onto the 22 number. We're at 22,381. Ethereum down below 1,600. BNB below 300. XRP, down below 40 cents, down at 37 cents. Same thing with Cardano, Matic, Dogecoin. On down the list, you can see as I continue to scroll, 5%, 7%, 3%, 5%, 5%, just a sea of red. And if you'll notice today on the stream behind our heads, it's debate crypto. Debate happens to be in red. So if you ever wondered what's going on with the markets, at least for right now, we're going to give it a little try. The debate part of Debate Crypto is going to let you know kind of what the markets are looking like. Crusader, what is going on in the charts? I know we talked about this yesterday in depth, but what's going on today? What are you seeing, my friend?
Let's see. So
what's Lux Algo telling you?
Yeah. So Lux Algo and a few other things are happening, right? I told you guys yesterday that 23,000 resistance was rejecting us. We fell out of this not macro, but just this regression trend. And I said, hey, next level support is 21.5. We wigged all the way down to 22 exactly. right? Those nice round even numbers. We're kind of bouncing off of that there. But is that going to hold? I do not know. If we jump down to the 4-hour, you can see here we have what can seem to be either a bear flag kind of being built here, right? Just very tight movement happening here in the last couple of 4-hour candles. And 21,000 is looking pretty nice right now in the price action. I don't think we're going to be able to hold this here. The trend catcher, very bearish. The EQ cloud, very bearish. The MACD is trying to recover, but you guys can see that doesn't guarantee anything. MACD is a lagging indicator, so we need to cross and confirm over that yellow line or orange line, whatever color you want to call it, before things get bullish. Right, we can go all the way up to the line and come back, get rejected, and come right back down and keep moving down. So things aren't looking too good, but I don't think we're going to be falling much lower than that. I think 21,000 should hold good amount of support. If that, I think we're just getting stuck in our range here. That's pretty much where we're at. I don't think we're headed to 15 or anything like that.
Yeah, and if you're looking to get more informed, to get more information on Lux Algo, there's some really simple videos that take you through each and every step of the process. It's a little bit like super easy, all the way up. Yeah, exactly, all the way up to super advanced. So we have a link down below the stream if you're looking for that. So you're wondering what we're going to talk about today. Stick around, because I will tell you, the end of the stream, is Tornado Cash added again? We got something wild going on there. The SEC and Cynthia Loomis, they're going at it head to head. You got Gary Gensler in the news, as always, as it relates to Coinbase and some other possible custodians. We've got a little bit of action possibly available for Crusader and I to move over to the United Arab Emirates. We taking a look at what that would look like. And then Silvergate. People have been talking about Silvergate. Silvergate is, not looking good for their finances. If you don't know who Silvergate is, they are effectively the largest banking institution that was providing funding, providing liquidity to people in the crypto space. So things are not looking good there, and the broader markets are struggling because of that. Before we get into it, make sure you're following us on all the socials. We've got 2 Twitter handles. You already know that. And if you don't, we've got debatecrypto OG. And then we have Danger Close Alpha. Just drop the A on the end of Alpha. It was a little bit too long. Danger Close Alpha. So make sure you're following us on there. And then obviously jump into the Discord. DangerCloseAlpha.com. That'll get you over everywhere that you need to get. One more thing before we start. I want to show this right here. Boom. May 12th through the 14th. In the Hocking Hills. If you don't already have, I've got to put a cutoff on it here pretty soon. If you don't have a bug out bag, so the bug out bag sold out. However, there were some people within the community that were selling some. There was also, I think, a few that are on OpenSea. So if you have a bug out bag 0 to 212 number, it's in real life, IRL. I did drop the actual address into the Discord, so get involved, jump in there. May 12th through the 14th, Vinton County, Ohio. This thing is going to be super freaking dope. It's cool. This bridge right here. You walk across this bridge to enter, and there's the SEP tent there, and then this whole, huge area over here for a lot of the events. And we'll be teaching a crypto class and all sorts of stuff going on. So that's May 12th through the 14th. So if you already are not signed up,
that's a lot sooner than people think.
I just need to put a cutoff on that. Jump in the Discord if you have questions. I've still got a couple people that we are getting all their classes straightened out and all that good stuff. But everybody's good to go. Wick in the house. Good evening, or actually good afternoon. FU Burke. Just wanted to say hi. I saw you guys jump in, and your boy Kenton and B Baker in the house. So I'm glad that you're here. All right, let's dive into it. Let's see what the markets are looking like let's see why the markets are reacting. There's been a number of different speculative things that have happened. We're going to start off with something that kind of everybody's been talking about, and that is the Silvergate information. So let's take a peek at that and figure out why this is such a big deal. And actually, did I hold that thought? God, I know I have this pulled up.
You can find it. I believe in you.
I got it. It started with Bitcoin on the title instead of something with Silvergate. Bitcoin, Ethereum plunge as market moles Silvergate fears. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the wider crypto markets were hit hard on Friday morning, which would be this morning, as the industry weighs concerns around embattled Silvergate. Nice little graphic there. Crusader, if you want to go ahead and take that down, I'm going to kind of hit the macro buttons on what happened here. So Bitcoin down 4.5% over the past 24 hours. That dropped to lower than 23.5. We've seen that. We are just absolutely been plummeting down into the 22.2 number. I think we're 22.2, 22.3 right here. And yeah, that hurts. Why though? ETH also, as you can assume, probably fell about 4.6%. Changing hands at about $1,569 at the time of the writing of the article. Other altcoins, Cardano, Matic, Solana, Polkadot, Avalanche, everything down, which is not a surprise. Dogecoin. The market cap dropped 48 billion. And I have a question for you about this, Crusader. The market cap shed $48 billion, okay, overnight, which left it at just over $1 trillion, 1.03, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was as per CoinGecko. Before I dive a little farther into the Silvergate stuff, I want to know, I think you kind of took yourself off the, oh, there you go. I want to know, why do we see such a huge, when the move happens, it's not like a bunch of people are just lined up sitting here with the freaking finger on the sell button. How do we see these huge cascading events? What pushes it in that direction?
Well, we aren't sitting here with our finger on the sell button, but the institutions are sitting there with their finger on the button, right? And they know, right? They can see the charts, they can see the order flow, they can see where things are set up to trigger a lot of people that are leverage trading, people are doing all this kind of stuff and know how to trigger that happen. So you start trickling down, things start to panic, right? And then massive sell orders start to activate other massive sell orders, and everybody starts to get, deleveraged and wrecked one way or another, and then you have that cascading event, and it becomes an uncontrollable snowball. So it's institutional movement, right? That's what that is. That's what pushes the price so quickly one way versus the other, because it's definitely not retail sitting here just doing its own thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at. I think a lot of times when people hear these massive numbers, they understand that it's not just retail, but can't really understand, hey, how does this happen so quickly? And a lot of it does have to do with futures, with futures trading, with leverage trading, things of that nature. So that all plays into it. That's why we always tell you, risk management, if you are actively trading, understand there is people out there that are better than you, they have more money than you, and they can afford to lose more than you. So just keep that in mind when you're out there trading. So yeah, so Silvergate's been providing a payment network for all sorts of different crypto businesses, and they went to publish their what's supposed to be their 10K report, and all of a sudden they delayed that. They said that they were, quote, less than well capitalized. Well, I don't think anyone wants to hear that. If we started talking about Danger Close Alpha and said, hey, listen, we're going to delay that because we are less than well capitalized, people would be running for the hills. They'd be like, wait a minute, something's wrong. Well, that's what's happening here, right? Something is wrong. They reported a $1 billion net loss, as well as a decline in customer deposits of roughly $14 billion in the last quarter of 2022. So a bunch of companies, LedgerX, Coinbase, Tether, they basically moved to distance themselves from Silvergate or completely cut ties. What does that do? Well, it causes the company stock, their publicly traded company, to plummet 57% to an all-time low of like 572, which was at the closing bell yesterday afternoon. So what you have to understand is the broader crypto markets are affected by, like we always talk about, some of the legacy stuff. And some of the legacy stuff is the liquidity, the money that is provided to these companies. And so you've got to pay attention. That's why we talk about fundamentally what's happening, because you can trade all day, every day, but you can't see in the charts that the 10K filing was going to be put out there late, and it gives out information that otherwise wouldn't tell you, oh, we've got issues. So that's that. That's Silvergate for you. Let's talk about, let's move on. Let's do a little bit of lawmaker information. We've got U.S. lawmakers say SEC directive may bring greater risk of loss. So Senator Cynthia Loomis and Representative Patrick McHenry cite the Celsius bankruptcy in refuting an April 2022 bulletin. Here's the two of them. We are looking to interview, just as a little aside, we're looking to interview Cynthia Loomis. She's supposed to be at Consensus. I don't even know if Crusader knows this, but I have requested for us to be able to interview at least Cynthia Loomis. So I'm hoping that happens. That'll be a lot of fun. She has been very active in what's happening in the crypto space, in the broader crypto space, as a whole. So effectively, her and Patrick McHenry wrote a letter to the federal officials at the FDIC, and effectively said, "Hey, listen, there's this bulletin, SAB 121. It's a staff accounting bulletin issued by the SEC that basically says that they're suggesting that it places customer assets at a greater risk of loss if a custodian becomes insolvent or enters receivership." What does that mean? That means that your money, when you put it into, let's just use Coinbase as an example. Let's use them. You put your money with Coinbase. Let's say things, heaven forbid, would go sideways with Coinbase. Okay, the way that this is set up means you're going to be last in freaking line to get your money. That is a problem. So first thing, Crusader, we talk about it all the time. What should people probably, not financial advice, however, it is kind of financial advice. What should people be doing with their own money?
Bro, it's being your own bank. That's what it is, right? It's managing your own money, having custody of your own crypto. If 2022 taught anybody a lesson, was to not trust any centralized entity with your crypto, aka your money. Don't trust anybody. Make sure that you're the only one that's holding your keys. You're the one that's holding your own crypto. You're the one that has full access to it. None of these exchanges, none of these APY areas like what was it? BlockFi,
The BlockFi,
Celsius, right? None of these platforms that incentivize you with a promise of more gains. But by the way, you got to give us custody, right? And then you end up getting screwed in the long run. So make sure, if anything that you need to know in crypto is not your keys, not your coins. It's about being your own bank. It's not about reintroducing the traditional finance system and bringing back a bank system where you're just like, okay, I'll just deposit my crypto there. It's safe. See you later, and go away.
Yeah, and that couldn't be more accurate. Couldn't be more true. Addison comes in every day. I'm not sure if she's coming in this afternoon or not, but she comes in just about every day to remind you that very thing. We have a ledger link down below the stream. Just make sure. Part of the reason that we do that is because we want you to protect yourselves. I think we literally make like $10, right? If you guys end up doing something with that. So it's something that can support the channel for sure. And we appreciate it. But more than anything, it would support you and your venture into the crypto space. So just check that out. SAB 121 was intended to clarify how to account for the digital assets held by custodians, exchanges, and other platforms. But Loomis and McHenry are saying that the way that it was written would place customer assets at a greater risk if it collapsed, which does what? Well, it violates the SEC's fundamental mission to do what? Protect customers. The SEC always says, it's like we're the government and we're here to help. The SEC always says that their fundamental mission is to protect customers. Well, let's talk about it. Celsius bankruptcy, okay? With how that went down, Celsius customers were looked at and viewed legally as unsecured creditors and thus placed them where? Oh, yeah, at the back of the line to recover their assets. And that's what this is setting people up for. There's no reason why just you, me, Ben, anybody should be, quote, at the back of the line just because of how they have effectively what's the word I'm looking for? Like an accounting bulletin set up. No, Fugazi, not happening, right? So they've got to fix this. The other problem is the bulletin didn't clarify, it didn't define clearly digital assets. Okay. There needs to be a clear, hey, this is what a digital asset is. This classifies, this meets the test to say that it's a digital asset, because if not, what will our faithful SEC absolutely try to do? Oh, yeah. They'll try to spin and twist and manipulate whatever they can. So they've given, I like this. They've given them a deadline. March 16th, Crusader. They said, hey, listen, we need to hit several points. They want to know, were they contacted by the SEC before the bulletin went out? And did the SEC plan to modify or withdraw the bulletin if they received widespread comments that the bulletin was flawed? Here's the interesting part on the tail end of that. If they were contacted before and they already had a bunch of pushback, why would they continue to press further in to something that they realize via the public greater good is not for the public's greater good. Crusader, any thoughts on why the SEC just pushes forward no matter what?
Money. That's why they push forward, right? If you were listening to Ben's stream earlier today, he talked about it, right? All the money that they get, it goes to them and their commission. It doesn't go to the government, and they're just in it for themselves. Like John Connor made a perfect comment here. Says, "Where was the SEC on FTX?" Oh, that's right, in secret talks with SBF, right?
Yep.
Like that's what they were. That shows you the allegiance. Like, are they really here to protect you, or they're there to protect themselves and their buddies, and a way to make sure that everything is regulated in their favor, to make sure that they're the ones making money. They're the ones. If anything goes wrong, they get their money back, not you. So that's where that is, man.
Yeah, for sure. And it always has something to do with making sure that they are protected before you are, when their fundamental mission is supposedly to protect you. It's just absolutely just horse caca. It's not good. Speaking of Lizard Man himself, Gary Gensler, the U.S. SEC chair, drops another bomb for crypto exchanges. Is Coinbase in trouble? There is the Lizard Man himself. I'm interested to see what this looks like, because Coinbase has been something that has been at the center of some very big discussions as to whether they're the good guy, they're the bad guy. What are they? So let's look at this. The chair, Gary Gensler, announced a proposed rule directing investment advisors to seek qualified custodians for asset storage, including crypto. Okay. He said that crypto exchanges should not be considered safe in light of guidelines that investment advisors cannot rely on them as qualified custodians. He referenced previous bankruptcies in the crypto industry and emphasized that the customer's assets held on insolvent platforms are now part of the estate rather than being directly returned to the customers. The custody rule was referenced from back in 2009. It covers a bunch of different crypto assets, and the advisors are required to protect investors' funds and securities with qualified custodians. Okay. Before we go further into this, Crusader, who should make the judgment of who's qualified and who's not to take care of my money?
That's an interesting question, right? Who should be telling you what you should do with or without with your money? Only person that can tell you that is yourself, right? Because they're all about you investing money and taking risks. But the minute you start making money and they don't get a piece of it, right? That's what they don't like, right? Internationally, we were talking about this the other day. How internationally anyone can get involved with these ICOs and token sales or whatever, but not in the United States. In the United States, it has to be only accredited investors. So they're distinguishing. They're making a distinction between big money equals smart money, right? Those are smart people. You guys are little money, and you have an opportunity to make lots of money, but you're too dumb. We can't allow you dumb people to actually go make some money. Sorry, that doesn't work out for us, right? Because we live in a nation that we want more employees, not more entrepreneurs, not more critical thinking, and that's where they keep us. And they make that distinction in the guise of protection. We're protecting you from making all this money. All this money is very dangerous. Money is a dangerous game that you don't want to be involved in. That's why they tell you money doesn't buy happiness. That's the lie they tell you, man.
Yeah, and the trading platforms like Coinbase have they've begun to offer custodial services, right? Even though traditionally those are offered by banking institutions, trusts, security brokers, dealers, all of that, they have been offering that. And so one of the things that he closed with in this statement that I thought was a bit interesting is that they had endowed the SEC with new powers, quote, to expand the custody rule to prevent investment advisors from misusing, losing, or acting irresponsibly with their clients' money. So just like Crusader just said, what's the simple way of saying that? Well, somebody else gets to decide what and how your money and what, where, how, why your money should be placed. And then the end all be all, the gavel on whether they are fit to be that advisor, whether they are fit to hold your money, is the SEC. The same people who have the chair who is literally a blockchain professor who understands, who has a love, or at least did have a love for blockchain, the same people that are fighting it tooth and nail. Why else would they fight this tooth and nail if they, let's say they do have the information?
Money.
Yes, because they're going to make some freaking crazy money. And along with that money continues to give them control. And we talk about that a lot. Control. How do I keep control? Well, you start with the money. If I need to control somebody from afar, and I'm not going to hold them up, keep them as a hostage, well, what happens if I have access to when they receive their paycheck, as an example, right? What happens if I have access to, well, as long as you meet X, Y, and Z as a criteria, then you will be able to pay this debt, and this debt. And oh, by the way, if you don't, you're also going to receive some, some whippings. You know what I mean? And ultimately, what's happening here is they get to be judge, jury, and executioner. And then when things don't, this is what I don't like a lot, on top of just the obvious, when things don't work out the way that they want it to, they'll put some sort of a wild spin on it about how it was crypto. Crypto was the problem. The bad actors in the crypto space were the problem.
They always got a scapegoat some way, somehow.
Yep. It's always there. And I'm looking forward to the day when we can use the technology for what it is intended for. There's always going to be bad actors. There's always going to be crap that happens.
I mean, dude, there's bad actors in the traditional finance system every single day, right? Like just recently, there was a big bank that came out saying something negative about crypto or getting rid of their crypto services or something, and they were also the same bank that was fined. Like, well, they laundered like $800 million of cartel drug money. And it's like, so who are you to be talking bad about crypto when you are the same people that are constantly breaking the laws of traditional finance, and then you just pay the fee because the fee is smaller than what you actually made off all that, and you stay in business. You don't even go out of business. There's not even a change up in structure of the company. Nothing happens. You got a slap on the wrist. Bad. Next time, make sure you don't get caught. Here, pay up your fee. Keep going.
Yeah. There's a whole lot there. I actually want to toss this up. This is a great question. Wick says, can anyone explain to me how in the world earning yield on my crypto puts me at risk? Well, Wick, I will explain it to you. Depending on how that yield is being produced, it's a great question, but depending on how that yield is being produced, you could get involved in something like, what was the one, Olympus, or was it Olympus?
Olympus.
There was a number of them.
I mean, look
Wonderland.
at Celsius,
even
right?
Celsius.
People were making money, right, staking their coins or whatever on other services. So the problem is, once you start putting your coins on these services, on these platforms, whether it's to get yield or for staking, right, all this, whatever it is, and you no longer have custody and your coins are locked up somewhere else, then you're always exposed to some level of hacking on that platform and money being siphoned. You're always exposed to a risk of them locking withdrawals. Then you can't take your money out, right? That's how Celsius, Voyager, all these things start off. They lock out from withdrawals. Oh, snap. Everybody panics. They tell you it's okay. Don't worry. And then 3 days later, boom, they're gone, right? So that's the problem. That's the only real risk. But they're not trying to protect you from that. That's not what they're trying to protect you from. Because
they're trying to protect themselves from not being the ones to make the money.
Yeah, if they realistically were trying to do that, they can come up with a solution, right? Like, look at Cardano. Cardano, you can stake and still have full custody of your Cardano.
Mm-hmm.
Your Cardano is not locked up anywhere; it's still in your wallet, and you don't lose any access to it. So they can always come up with innovative ways to do that on these other platforms as well. They just don't, because that's not their main focus.
Yeah, and so there are a lot of different solutions to this, one of which Crusader and I are talking about. First of all, smash the likes. Make sure we've got 38 people in the house. We love each and every one of you. We appreciate you for being here. Hit that like, hit that bell notification. Make sure to do both of those, and then get involved with Danger Close Alpha. We're still giving away 5 Ethereum. We're still giving away a vest every 100. I think we got 45-ish more mints to go before we give away a vest with the custom patch on it. I'm super excited about doing that. And then, guys, May 12th through the 14th, the big event is coming up. So jump in, dangerclosealpha.com. That'll give you the information. So I started to say, one of the things that Crusader and I had talked about was a way to protect ourselves and maybe earn in the crypto space. Well, here's the announcement. Here's the big announcement for the day. We're moving to the United Arab Emirates. Oh, okay. No, we're not. We're not. But there might be some good that could come of that. I'm thinking about it too. I'm telling you. The UAE free zone to explore Bitcoin payments for services, a lawyer says. And it shows somebody from over in the United Arab Emirates. So this is a really interesting idea here. Okay. What's happening here as we kind of graze through this article is that there is a DAO. It is called the Crackdown, and it's Raz Al Khaimah. I'm butchering his name, but it's Raz Al Khaimah's digital assets oasis. So it's Crackdown. He's going to have it's going to be a free zone that's going to explore accepting crypto payments from companies setting up businesses in the United Arab Emirates, including to Arena Heaver, which is a lawyer involved in the project development. So what does that mean? They are effectively trying to set up an area, a place where crypto free, anything you want to do, right? So what's that going to do? Talked about this a lot. It's going to push innovation in that direction. It's going to push money. There's a lot of money in the crypto space, right? Into that direction. I think that there are the innovation side of this that I believe the US is screwing up. There are others that are coming in and saying, hey, listen, we'll take any sort of a quote unquote risk. We'll make what rules we want over here, and we're going to help people to be able to be successful. Right. And that's effectively what happens. Basically, they're going to secure they're going to secure partners. It'll do crypto payments, including stable coins, all the way up through and including corporate registrations and office rent. So basically, if it has anything to do with crypto, you're not going to be getting taxed on it whatsoever. The free zone for digital and virtual assets will be involved in all Web3 related businesses. So it's basically saying, hey, any non-regulated and regulated activities in the Web3 space, the entire chain of companies in the virtual asset space, you are covered. It's basically going to be a great opportunity. I think, Crusader, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this, but I think it'd be a great opportunity for startup companies. The business, it said the living costs over there are like 50% less than in Dubai. I have heard people say that even in Dubai, there's as much as you see a ton of money over there, you see a ton of money over there because people are going over there for the tax benefits. People are going over there for some of the property costs and things of that nature. Now, this is 50% less than that, and everything's going to be free for crypto. Talk to me about it.
I mean, dude, the money's got to go somewhere, right? The money's going to go where it's allowed to grow the easiest, right? Things are tight in the United States. Things are tight around the world in general, but people are going to go where their their dollar, their currency runs the longest and can yield the most for them. And the UAE, by opening up these doors, right, not just Dubai, right? I don't think anyone's ever been so excited to live in a desert. No one's in the history of the world, mankind, has ever been so excited to go live in a freaking desert where there's nothing but sand and straight up heat. Because what they're doing with the money is changing the world, right? And it's changing businesses, it's changing the way cryptocurrency is running. I mean, even the UFC fled to the UAE when things got crazy, right? Yep. Even they got their own island, they had Fight Island, all this stuff going on, and a lot of big crypto people live in Dubai for that specific reason, because just money attracts more money and innovation attracts more innovation, and they're very open-minded for innovation and making the country the best it could possibly be. So when it comes to crypto, yeah, man, it's definitely on a lot of people's radar. I can tell you that, man. I saw Magic Money talking about it's on his radar for sure, right? Like, it's on my radar too. Like, that's where it needs to go, right? We're stifling innovation here. We're not doing anything that makes people want to build a crypto business here. And crypto is, once again, no matter how much people want to deny it, is the greatest transfer of wealth and the largest amount of money being poured into a sector, into a asset, into a business class, whatever you want to call it. it's emerging right now before our eyes, and that's where all the money wants to get in. They want to get in when at the beginning, at the ground level. They don't want to get in when there's already a rainforest grown out here, and you're competing with 100,000
Yep.
other corporations, right? Everybody wants to be those founding members and those beginning companies, and that's where the money's going. So, like I
Yeah.
said, no one's ever been so excited to live in a desert, man.
Yeah, dude, it's a really good point. I hadn't even thought about it that way, but you're right. I mean, people look at opportunity and they're willing to overlook other things. I mean, hey, we've already talked about it. Debate crypto danger close alpha continues to, take off. Let's have the conversation because at the end of the
Done,
day,
bro.
why not?
I'm down to building a bunker under that desert.
That's right. We are down, and if you're down, smash that like. Make sure to put on the bell notification as well. Follow us on all our socials. We love you guys. We're glad that you're here. All right, so let's round it out. Let's finish it off with a little bit of Tornado Cash information. A lot of you remember Tornado Cash has been in the news quite a bit. So this is Tornado Cash contributor builds new privacy tool and hopes it won't trigger. You hear that word all the time now in 2023. It hopes that it won't trigger the feds. It says Amin Soleimani, an early contributor to Tornado, has created a fork that aims to be better version of the blacklisted Ethereum coin mixer. And hopefully that's what you are looking forward to, is lots of dinero right there if you, do you play your cards right as it looks with the crypto space. All right, so check this out. So Amin Soleimani, right? He has been involved in privacy tools, privacy pools. Okay. Privacy pools is a new coin mixing app that allows users to send and receive Ethereum anonymously, but with a feature that shows the user is not a North Korean bad actor or some other type of criminal. Let me pause right there. Okay, right off the bat. Good thing, bad thing, thoughts.
Oh wait, you're asking me?
I mean, I could ask the other guest, but he or she is not available at the moment. So yes, I'm asking you. Good thing, bad thing. It's saying, hey,
I think, yeah.
I mean, just recapping. I don't know if you heard me or not, but basically, hey, just like Tornado Cash, we can privatize and then tell you, hey, not a North Korean hacker. I'm not some other bad actor.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to know how they do that, right? How are they identifying who's who, and where is that information being kept or stored? Is that their scapegoat, right? Like, hey, we will store the information some way, somehow that the FBI can then access through a back door, kind of how Apple and other corporations work nowadays. And they tell you, no, we hold your data, it's all private, it's all good. But then in the back door, they're like, hey, it was just like 50 mil, and I'll give you the data.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's what they're doing. I hope not. I hope that's not what they're doing. I hope they're just like identifying it themselves and say, yeah, this guy's good, and then boom, just getting rid of the data, whatever it is, however it is that they're tracking that. I like it. I like privacy tools. I like privacy coins. I like privacy in general. So I'm all about it. I think it was a huge mistake. Not a huge mistake, but I think it was a huge blow to the crypto space and to the individual as a person to not be able to use Tornado Cash to have private transactions. That's a blow to liberty and freedom. But on that, so I am bullish on this. I hope that it doesn't get triggered. I hope it doesn't. They don't come after him again, or whoever it is that's building this. And I hope they push for more privacy tools, and they say, hey, we're gonna make sure that this doesn't go away, and you're gonna have to work real hard if you want to take this down.
Yeah, I don't know the technicals behind this, but it's you were asking like how are they going to do this, right? So effectively, they're trying to pick up where Tornado Cash left off, but make it so that the regulators will just leave them alone. Okay. So the way that it says that they work is it allows users to show publicly that their withdrawals are not linked to however, bad actors, not linked to any of this other chaos and nonsense. They can still make the anonymous transaction, but they have the ability an option to make it clear that the money being moved is not from something criminal. So let me hit on that real quick. So the whole argument was that this is dangerous. This is not safe for our, liberty, happiness, pursuit of freedom, whatever the case you want to say. They were really attacking this as saying, hey, listen, only scammers, hackers, and bad people want to do private transactions. Let me tell you something right now. There's some things that ultimately in the crypto space, in any sort of financial space, that maybe you just want to keep private. Maybe somebody is going through, let's just say maybe somebody's going through a very public but yet private divorce. And some funds are being moved around. I'll just use that as an example. And some funds are being moved around, but they don't want everybody to know all the little details of whatever the deal, if you want to call it that, looks like in that private situation. So there's an example of something simple, straightforward that says, hey, privacy is okay. But the cool part about it is they are showing, hey, I'm not linked to any of this crazy chaos that you were saying is the problem anyway. So if you take that out of there and you can actually say, hey, listen, now I'm taking away exactly what you said the problem was. We took your words. We took that option out of there. Boom. Now I just want to be freaking private. Maybe I just want to make a payment to somebody for something that, was not a bad thing. I just want to be private about it. Maybe I want to do that.
Yeah, dude, like you never know, right?
Period.
Maybe you want to send some crypto to one of your many baby mamas around the world, and you don't want people to know about that kind of thing, right? Like that needs to stay private. Example. That needs to stay private. Visionary Vet has a good comment here. Says wallet addresses will have identifiers that authorize transactions in the future. Dude, have we not talked about this? About the whitelisting process, right? Like crypto.com, right? You have a 24-hour period before you enter a new address for them to confirm that it's okay to send that address there. They are going to be bottlenecking on these wallets, on these exchanges, on these services, whatever they are, where you can and cannot send money to. And I think that's why we need more privacy. That's why we need to continue to hold custody of our own coins and our own keys, because if not, dude, you're going to be bottlenecked everywhere. Somebody said whitelist, racist. That's right. You got it.
Privacy is a fundamental human right. Don't believe me? Tell your girl to walk outside with no clothes on. I get it, right? I get it, right? And you're right. It doesn't need to be this big, bad, terrible thing that it's made out to be. That's just the scapegoat. That's just the finger to be able to point and say, this is why we don't want you to be able to do this. No, the reason they don't want you to be able to do this is because they want to be able to have absolute control and access to every single last Satoshi. You've heard me talk about it before. They have the microscope, the freaking telescope on your $600 Venmo transaction, but the trillions of dollars that went missing back in 2001,
all that cartel money or all that Pentagon money,
whatever.
God, nobody knows where that's at. I want to hit this comment here real quick. It says, this is why we need to hold physical gold as well as cold storage Bitcoin. The problem with physical gold and even Bitcoin, right? If you guys have been following the Andrew Tate situation, they went and confiscated his Bitcoin, right? Whether it was on cold storage or not.
Yeah.
Huh? That came out. That came out.
I didn't hear that. Okay.
So, right, if you keep your wallet at your house, whether it's in a safe or not, and the keys are in that safe as well in your house, FBI comes and raids. They're taking that safe. They're opening it up. They're going to see what's in there. Bam, slam, slam. Hey, we got cold storage wallet. Oh, look, we got some keys over here. Confiscated. See you later, alligator. It's gone, right? Same thing with gold. At one point, most people don't know this in history, but at one point, holding gold became illegal in this country, and you had to turn your gold in. That can happen in the flip of a switch again. So that's the problem with gold. A lot of people like to hold gold, silver, and all these things, but it's that simple to be taken away from you. The reason why crypto and cold storage and Bitcoin all these things are so important is that, yes, you have it in a hardware wallet, but if you are smart, you need to be smarter than just keeping your hardware keys in your drawer, in your safe at your house. If you are smart, and I'm not going to disclose any kind of methods on here, but if you're smart, there are ways to keep those keys very, very safe. And if somebody does come to your house, whether FBI or criminal or whatever, they will not be able to get them one way or another, and they will keep them safe. Therefore, at any point, you can travel from point A to point B and always have control of your keys without somebody else finding them. Versus the gold is very difficult to get from point A to without somebody noticing a big bag over your shoulder that weighs quite a bit at the airport. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I like this comment by Wick as well. Control. It's all in your hands. You can make a difference. You can make a stand. It's the way you lead. It's the way you command. Control, take control of your life. Yeah, I totally agree. This is, but what's trying to happen here is in the name of convenience. They are trying to take control. They're trying to say, hey, listen, you can't do this, and this, but we'll do all of these great things. There's going to be all these great things that are going to come along with, let's use CBDCs as an example. If you don't think that CBDCs are going to be the most controlling thing that have ever been introduced into your life, I think that you are going to be in for a rude awakening. And so this is a great example of this. The private keys stuff, absolutely huge. It says it's in my stash house. My stash house ain't my house. Yeah, you know what? Your key, somebody said, it's just it's got your keys. It doesn't have your crypto. No, your crypto is stored on the blockchain. This is just your key to open up the blockchain and say, hey, here it is. But you do need to be smart about how you save that. So yeah, crypto fam, we love you guys. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here. It's Friday. It's about to be the weekend. So I hope everybody is safe. Listen, please, if you're out there having fun, have your fun. Use an Uber. Please don't drink and drive. We've seen too many people not around anymore because of that. So I beg you guys, please don't drink and drive. Just be smart. Be be the person that's not doing that. We don't want anybody to get hurt. So all right, crypto fam. Crusader, you got anything? Did I miss anything? Remind them about Sunday.
Sunday, 11 a.m. on Sunday, we are going to be on the OG Ape space talking about Danger Close Alpha, minting out some beans, bullets, and bourbon. Somebody's going to be getting a vest. Somebody's going to be getting closer and closer to winning that 5 ETH. So make sure you guys are minting. Make sure you guys are getting involved. And if you want to go support us, show some support over there at the OG Ape space, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern time.
That's right. All right, crypto fam, we love you guys. We hope you have a wonderful day. You could have been anywhere on a Friday, but you are here with Debate Crypto. So just remember, question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like it's hot.
We'll see you soon.